You want some? You want some? Too bad. Too bad. Too bad. So hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This feels kind of weird because I've never done like a sit down video, and I think I should have like led off with a sit down video before I even think before posting the vlog on YouTube. So this is my introduction to my channel because I feel like I was just so happy or so, impulsive with starting my channel and just started posting, even though I'm not all that consistent. But we're working on that. We're starting over. This is your first time seeing a video from me, and this is my first time talking to you. So hello, my name is Alexia with an S, and welcome to my channel. So, welcome to my channel. So yeah, this is my Q&A because I feel like but then when somebody starts a YouTube channel, it's a Q&A is a must, and I feel like that's the perfect way of introducing myself on my channel. So I'll be doing my makeup routine. I'm a beginner, so I'm gonna do my makeup routine as something to do to keep myself busy. So I'm gonna just sit down and looking at the camera, and I'll be telling you guys a bit about myself, some answering some questions that I asked myself, because I don't have that much a big following on Instagram, so I don't know. I don't like posting on my Instagram. I have anxiety. So I just say, what are the most common questions that I get when I'm on TikTok live or whenever I watch other people's video, what some questions that people are always asking, and then some random facts about myself. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let's get to it because I have 32 minutes on my camera, and I have the Sony ZV-1F, ZV-F1, that one, yeah, and it dies so quickly. The battery health is kind of trash, not gonna lie, but hey, gotta work with what we have. So let's get into it. Let me put some primer on. Okay, so this is the primer that I'm currently using. I'm just gonna show the products that I am using. If I don't show a product, then if you're interested in the product, just ask me, and because it's not like a tutorial, I'm just keeping myself busy. Let's open the notes app, and these are some of the questions at the top and then the facts at the bottom. Okay, how old am I? I'm 20. I'm turning 21 October the 17th. I'm a Libra. Best month of the year, best zodiac sign if you ask me. But I might be biased, who knows? Yeah, so yeah, that's that. Zodiac sign, birthday, that just covered it. I'm a October Libra, 17th of October 2004 is the year I was born. And yeah, my height, I am 6'5" on a good day. I'm 6'5" on a good day, but if you see me in person and 6'5" isn't what you see, because your perception of me is different than my perception of myself. I'm 5'7.5". I'm 5'7.5". But I feel like I'm 5'8". Move the one, carry the two, carry the half, move the two, carry the one. Yeah, I'm 5'8". So short answer, 5'8", but you can't tell me I'm not 6'5". So yeah, that's that. Oh my god. Look at my face. I feel like I have like hormonal breakouts. But I don't feel like. I know that whenever, it gets around to that time, I feel like my skin flares up. But yeah. And I was using the CeraVe cleanser like a couple months back, and it broke me out. So I'm definitely not a chemical cleanser person. I'm not a chemical cleanser person. Or maybe I am, but I guess not from CeraVe. Okay, next question. My nationality, I am Jamaican, born raised, everything. My neighbors drink out of a St. Anne's Bay Hospital. Real Jamaican to the bone. I live here and everything, so yeah. I'm Jamaican, that's my ethnicity and my nationality. I don't identify with any other ethnicities. Describe yourself. I think, describe myself, what would I describe myself? I'm very, how would I describe myself? I think I describe myself as being very layered. Like there's a lot of layers to me that people wouldn't even guess. So I think I'm a very layered person, if I was supposed to use a word that would describe me, you know. It would be layered. I'm very reserved. I'm a very in my shell person until I'm not. You know, around the right people I'm very extroverted, but on a day-to-day basis I'm very, you know, I'm not all that talkative sometimes. And I feel like we all can relate to that. Everybody have them times where I'm just in the bag talking with nobody or with themselves for that matter. And yeah, but for the most part I'm very reserved, and then I'm very chill, I'm very bubbly, I think I'm a cool person. I think I'm very easy to get along with also. Once you're a nonsensical person, once you're a no bullshit person, then me you will get along just fine. If you are problematic, you're complaining, and you're too fussy, me you can't get along, and I just say go. If you're too much to handle at your big age, because I don't befriend children, we cannot get along. But for the most part, I'm not all that fussy. When it comes down to food though, I'm kind of picky, so I guess that's the only time I'm fussy about anything. But on a day-to-day, I'm not all that fussy. So that's how I describe myself. I'm very nonsensical. I'm very what you see is what you get kinda, but it goes beyond that. But I'm easy to get along with. I think so. I'm kind of shy. Not shy, but is shy the word? I'm very anxious. Like I'm an anxious person. You see me? But at the same time, I have my times where I'm just like, you know, step out of it. But yeah, I'm shy. Kinda not kinda shy. Favorite food. My favorite traditional dish like to eat is some of this days I chat. I promise I can multitask. But my favorite traditional food to eat is rice and peas and broiled chicken. Favorite fast food and coleslaw. Can't forget the coleslaw. My favorite traditional dish, I just said that. My favorite fast food, I love wings. I like burger. I like a good burger, I like a good wing. If I get a little bit fancy, I'm a steak person, you know. I like my steak medium, you know, not well done. If you like well done steak, something wrong with you. But medium rare with a lot of little salt and thick, with some fries or mash. That's me. Yeah. So those are my tiers in food. I like mussels, like garlic mussels. So yeah, traditional rice and peas and brown stew. I love turkey neck, so I'll substitute the chicken for turkey neck instead. And then as I say, fast food, I'm a wings and a burger girly. And then when it comes down to a little bit more, you know, a little bougie, I'm a steak girl through and through. Yeah. What the hell? I need to clean my brushes. Oh my god. I have a bit of fear putting this on my face, because my skin, she is very sensitive. Anyways, next question. How much minutes I got? 25. Okay, we're gonna see if we can speed through these. What made you want to start YouTube? When I was little, I was a vlogger. So I'm a little and I do want to know me here. The person who I was when I was smaller would look at me now and be so confused as to what happened to me and my confidence, because Lexi back then, she was a vlogger. Can I tell you? My sister had a leap pad, right? I don't know if you're familiar with leap pads, but my sister, she had a leap pad. And let me tell you, I'm gonna take over a leap pad. I'm used to vlog before I even knew what vlogging was. And younger me, just loved having a camera in her face. She was bubbly. She was in your face with it. She did not care. And I remember I sat down in a corner on my mom's phone and I recorded a video talking about my primary school bullies. And I was saying that, well, I'm gonna post this on YouTube, because I know I used to watch those videos of the girls with the papers and they were like, oh yeah, I used to get bullied in school, da 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 da, if you know what I'm talking about. And I remember I watched that and I was so inspired. I'm just like, yo, I'm going to post this video on YouTube, and you know, I'm gonna sit down in the corner, I'm gonna record the video, and I think I hit post. I don't know where that video is to be honest. I don't know if it was actually posted or not. But yeah, look at me, younger me, I wanted to be on YouTube. I grew up, I used to be obsessed with watching a lot of YouTubers. Some of the names I can't remember, but that family that the Jamaican enemies trying to jump out last, that family that lost their son, them, I can't remember, this is the name is at the tip of my tongue, but I just can't remember it. But that family, I used to be obsessed with watching family channels. Britaly, yeah. I used to be obsessed with watching Tana Fox. I used to be obsessed with watching a lot of YouTubers, to be honest. I used to be a YouTube kid. So yeah. So younger, that explains that. I used to always want to be a YouTube person, but I never grew up with having certain electronics. My first phone, if I'm looking over here, I'm just checking the time. My first phone, hold on. My first phone that I got was a Alcatel Touch. Wait, no, Alcatel Touch? Yeah. Wait, that was the touchscreen one? Wait, I get a banger Alcatel first, right? And I always wanted an iPhone, but my parents, my mom, it was just really her. So, you know, she couldn't afford an iPhone. I mean, to get a bag of promises from my father, and it never happened. Isn't it? So, I ended up having an Alcatel banger first until I get a pink One Touch, Alcatel touchscreen. And you know, those aren't top quality phones. So yeah, I didn't have the good quality things to make on YouTube, and nobody now gonna wanna watch on YouTube video what film power microwave. You know me? So yeah, unfortunately. And my mother, she wouldn't make me have no YouTube channel, because right now she is paranoid about me posting on even TikTok. She would not make me have no damn YouTube. She not make me have not a YouTube channel. So yeah, that explains that. But I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel, and I've wanted to start from in high school. But again, the first iPhone I have in high school was the little blue iPhone name. It was an iPhone 5. And I got that when iPhone was like probably at X. So yeah, that's why I'm starting over now, and I'm going to make younger me proud. Future goals. Well, I want to work in the force. I know whatever I want to do in life. When it comes down to career wise, I want to work in the force. I want to work in beauty also. So maybe, do a little bit of commercial modeling, and have my face on a couple billboards or 2 or 3 or 4. I know I want to work in beauty, but I know my heart really wants to work in the force. I want to go to school to study psychology, and I want to do criminal psychology. I want to work in that field, maybe become a detective, who knows. But that's where my heart is. So either the army or the police force, who knows. One of them, though. I promise you it's one of them. So yeah, that's what my career goals are looking like. It's either I'm gonna be a therapist, it's either I'm going to be a very successful model, it's either I'm going to be, I know for sure though, I really want to go to school for psychology, and I want to work like real career wise, like actual career. Like modeling is a career for sure, but like something that I really want to do, like solid, is definitely working in the field of psychology and working in the force for sure. Okay, what we doing now? We're gonna do some concealer. How much minutes we have? 20 minutes. Not bad. Let's see how my face looking so far. Okay, pet peeves. Pet peeves. What are my pet peeves? Child. Okay, so I'm very easily ticked off. I like foolishness. Isn't me? I have patience, but my patient meter runs very low at times. So yeah. This is a concealer. I have two of these. This is in the one is in the shade caramel. The other one is in the shade Amande. Amande is my exact match. But yeah, some of my pet peeves. I hate loud people. I hate vulgarity. If you're too vulgar, me and I get along. I know that for sure. If you're too vulgar, me and I get along. If you're vulgar, if you don't know time and place, we not get along. I know that for exact sure. I not for ask. I know. We not get along. What else? I don't like. I know my pet peeves. I just always forget them. People. I hear when people talk too much. When you over-explain yourself, that's something I'm realizing that I really hate because I'm having to deal with it on a daily basis. When you over-explain yourself, you're pissing me off. Why are you talking that much? Stop. If you tell me if you tell me, Johnny down the road, and you tell me, Johnny down the road, why you are telling me in a 5 different ways, Johnny down the road? Don't you know, Johnny down the road, why you are telling me 50 times? Like, chill. I heard it the first time. Stop repeating yourself. So I hear when people talk too much. I hear people can't take a hint when to stop talking. People who don't know time and place, as I said before, really upset me. Because I'm really a time and place person. There's a lot more pet peeves I have that I just probably can't remember right now. But I know for sure those are my tops. Let me think of one more. Let me think of one more. What's one other thing that I hate really bad? I can't think of it. Oh well. If I think of it during this, I'll let you know. But you know, like when you know things about yourself and then one time the topic come up, I can't think. Because I can lay in my bed when I'm ready to sleep at night and I want to sleep and my brain start thinking about the 1,000 things that I hate on a day-to-day basis. And no, I can't think of it when I really need it. Anyways. My dream travel destinations. Brazil being the top of the list. I want to go to Brazil so bad. I wish me did born in Brazil sometimes. I know, like, you know, nothing wrong with being Jamaican. I love being Jamaican. I wouldn't change being Jamaican for anything. But if there was a choice for me whenever I'm supposed to come back to this earth, if reincarnation is, you know, a thing, I would want to be Brazilian or South African. I feel like those are the cultures that I find very beautiful. I grew up, when I was younger, I watched the cartoon Rio. And I remember I fell in love with that cartoon. Fell in love. And ever since, I've always wanted to visit during the time when they have the carnival. And I feel like I feel like Brazil mirrors Jamaica too, because it's like two similar cultures and it's just so beautiful. So Brazil for sure. I really want to go to Italy. I really want to visit France. To be specific, I have a friend in France. She lives in Annecy, and I feel like Annecy is so beautiful. So I want to visit there. In the Caribbean, there's some countries I would want to visit in the Caribbean: Barbados, Bahamas. I want to visit Sweden. I really want to visit Sweden. You know, the Scandinavian countries. I want to see what that part of the world is like. I'd really want to also visit in the US. I'd want to go to Oregon. I feel like Oregon is so beautiful to me. The gloomy weather, the greenery. Yeah. Other places too, you know. My family lives in the UK, so I'd want to go to the UK to visit them. Yeah. Love language. My love language is physical touch, being the first one. physical touch and acts of service. Physical touch, acts of service. Those are my 2 love languages, my main ones. 2025 goals. I remember I wrote this list when it was like early, because I planned on doing this video earlier this year when the year just started, but now we're like basically the year almost done. So I've achieved a lot this year. So much has happened for me this year. So much more is yet to come, and yeah, I still haven't fixed my sleeping schedule, so it's not like that's like impossible at this point. But still, I'm very grateful. I'm very proud of myself, you know. Okay, I'm gonna blend this out and come back. Alright, so I put my blush on and brush on my eyebrows and thing, blending out my concealer because I have 1 bar left on this battery. So, alright, where we left off, because this camera is pissing me off. Random facts. Now we're into the random facts. Alright, let me put some powder on. Hold on. Should I use a powder puff instead of a brush? I think I'm gonna use a powder puff. Okay, first fact about me is I hold on. First fact. Oh my god, my battery's going to die. I feel come back. Alright, where were we? First fact. I don't drink soda. I have been off soda for 5 years now, I think. I stopped drinking soda since 9th grade because I was more allergic. I was addicted to iCool. But addicted to iCool really bad, and I decided that, you know what, and I think I was like having breakouts too. Like my skin was really bad, and not really bad, but you know how look up at me. You know, when we're teenagers, we kind of look at our faces and we're like thinking about every single thing on our faces. So I was like, you know what, the girlies on YouTube said drink water, and I said, you know what, there's no more iCool for you, girl. And with that, I started not drinking any other soda. And I tried drinking soda again sometime in high school, I think after a year or so, and I was repulsed. So yeah, that's another fact about me. I don't drink soda. I only drink water. The only juice I drink is either cranberry or pineapple. You won't catch me drinking any other juice. Another fact, I used to want to be a ballerina. I wanted to be a ballerina when I was a child. I was very flexible. Still I'm flexible, but not as, you know, flexible as I was younger. Okay, you know, you get older, your joints them kind of seize up and thing. So I lost that flexibility. But I used to want to be a ballerina or a gymnast. Unfortunately, I did not get to pursue that because, you know, when we live in Jamaica, some things are not easy to get into. And back then, gymnastics wasn't as popular in Jamaica as it is right now, because I'm scrolling on TikTok and I'm seeing like people have gymnastic classes and there's like gymnastic teams and things like that. So yeah, and my mom didn't have the money for that, so yeah, that's something I didn't get to pursue. But I wanted to be a ballerina really bad, like really bad. But oh well, in another life, or maybe still when I grew up, when I grew up in the future, I can get into ballet. Never too old to do something that you want to do. Another fact, let's look. I'm bilingual. Yes, I speak Swedish intermediately, hence why a part of me really wants to go to Sweden, because it's something I learned. And hold on, let me transfer back this powder into here. But yeah, I really want to go to Sweden because I learned the language, and I feel like being in the country would better, you know, help me develop more skills with the language. I learned the language because I don't know if you can hear the dogs barking. I learned Swedish. Svenska, because I watched a Netflix series called Young Royals, and I fell in love. And I say, you know what, the next season come out, I can watch a movie, watch that. I call movies series. What the fuck is up with these dogs? But yeah, I watched it and I was just in awe, and I made it my point of duty. I say, you know what, next season come out and I can watch it without subtitles. I still need subtitles, but you know, we can pick up on a couple words and a couple context clues of what they're talking about. But yeah, I learned it. So yeah, I'm bilingual, and that's something I hold dear to my heart, because when I was working recently. I was working at a hotel, and there was a Swedish guest in the bathroom, and she was talking to her baby girl in the stall, and I could understand what they were talking about. I'm like, I understand what I talk to him. I understand. And I was like, I went up to her and I was just like, you know, excuse me, like in Swedish. And I was like, ursäkta, är du svensk? And she's like, yeah. She said, girl, how the fuck? Because I'm sure she was a bit shocked. You know, I'm sure she's like, I don't see that, because you're in a Caribbean country. I doubt a Scandinavian person, I doubt a Swedish person would think anybody in Jamaica speaks Swedish, you know? It's so far away from Jamaica. But I was just like, yeah. And I said, oh yeah, jag talar svenska. You know, lite. And she's like, nej, du svenska bra. I'm like, ah. I was like, tak. I was like, okay. I was very giddy. I don't know if you guys can hear those dirty ass, stinking ass dogs in the background. This is why I'm not a dog person. I was a dog person when I was younger. I'm not a cat person. I think I'll be a cat person forever, because I can't stand dogs. Okay, I can't stand dogs. Why does I scream out for no reason? I can tell you they're barking at nothing. So that's another fact. 2 in 1. I'm a cat person. I was in cadet in high school. I was a part of the JCCF. It's a big part of me. I talk about it every day well, not every day, but I always love talking about my cadet experience. It's something that I hold dear to my heart. I wish I had started it earlier in school, but unfortunately, you know, I was a bit naive when I was a child. Not even naive, I was just a child. And I'm kind of joke about the thing. I have 8 minutes left, so I'm gonna just finish up my makeup and then I'll come back. But yeah, I was a cadet in high school. It was fun. I really enjoyed it, and it really made me want to work in the force. So it was a learning experience, and I feel like if you know you have any siblings, or if you're in high school still and you're watching this video, I feel like if you're contemplating of an extracurricular activity in school, you should definitely look into the JCCF, if it's something that you want to get into. If you want discipline, you want fun, you want feel like you're top G when you walk a road in your uniform, because that's what I also loved about it. But about my cadet uniform, I'm not going to talk to me, you know. Me a bad girl. But yeah, it's something that it was fun, and I enjoyed it. Soon come back, I'm going to finish my makeup and come back. Alright, so this is the final look. Came out pretty alright. Remember, I wanted too much. I didn't put anything on my eyes, because you know, I go up on the road and then I come back home and take a shower again, wipe off everything, so it's not like it's staying for long. Anyway, let's finish up. Let me zoom you guys back in. Up close and personal, up close and personal, up close and personal, up close and personal. Hey. Anyways, okay. Well, yeah, being in the JCCF inspired me, as I said before, to join the army or the police force, which I've indulged in that. I've tried out, and I'm in the process of figuring out where I want to go. So yeah, these damn dogs. Okay, I'm an ex-footballer. Yeah, I know. Not too much Jude Bellingham, Yamin Lamar, you know. relax, relax. Don't get too fan crazy. I know. Anyways, I was a footballer in high school. I did football while I was doing. If I can hear that dog in my freaking video, I'm going to sue the owner. I feel like every time I try to make a video, the dogs in a million just start go crazy, and it's pissing me off. Anyways, patience, Alexia, patience. But yeah, I played football in high school when I was doing cadet, so I did cadet and football at the same time. Don't ask me how. I survived marching in the sun, marching up and down on camp, and then could take my GD off and then go put on my football gears and then go back after football practice, go right back to camp. Don't ask me how I could do that. I don't know. I don't know her. She was determined, okay? I can't do that right now. I'm out of shape, kind of. But I'm in the gym, so I'm in that out of shape. I moved around a lot as a child. That's another fact about me. I moved around a lot as a child. I moved around 15 times. Yes, I tallied up that number in my head the other night and I was surprised. So as a child, I moved around a lot. Sad facts, but true fact. What is something there? But really sad fact. Something. That meme. You guys know what I'm talking about. But okay. Well, that's not another fact. I moved around 15 times in my life. I know. So it's sad. It's sad. I know. Whatever. But yeah. Damn, I moved around 15 times. That number is a lot, is it not? Anyways, another fact is I am a self-taught editor. Like, I learned editing by myself. I know it's not like a major fact, but it's something cool. I think, you know, learning things by yourself is very cool because I taught myself how to edit, how to put on cluster lashes, how to do makeup. I taught myself quite a lot and I'm very proud of that. Another fact is I'm in a KFC ad. Weird. Not weird. Very Jamaican of me. Very Jamaican of me, I must say. So I'm on a billboard. I was on a billboard for the KFC 50th whatever advertisement. It was really fun. Very fun experience. I really love that. You know, very new environment for me, and I'm happy I've got to experience that if it's even one time in my life, which I'm sure it's not going to just be one time, because as I say, guys, be prepared to be sick of me. You're gonna be seeing my face everywhere. But yeah, I was in a KFC ad not too long ago, and yeah, very Jamaican of me, I must say. Very on brand of a Jamaican. So I can tell my kids that, or my nieces and nephews. And last fact is I love horror movies. I'm just gonna jumble up a bag of facts because I have only 2 minutes left. Fact is, I love horror movies. I'm a horror movie person. I grew up watching horror movies. My favorite horror movie franchise is Insidious. My favorite serial killer is that's a crazy line, but my favorite movie serial killer is Dexter Morgan. I'm a Dexter girly forever, tried and true, never ever setting out. I love horror movie, grew up watching horror movies, and I just can't watch anything. I don't like action movies. Make enter the bag of gun. The only action movie I will rewatch in my life ever, like over and over again, is Colombiana. Big up Amanda Steinberg. Why did I say big up Amanda Steinberg as if she's a lead? Who's a lead? I forgot her name. But anyways, I love spicy foods. I'm a spicy food person. Anything spicy, give it to me. And I love cats. Black cats. And if you hate black cats, you are racist. Because why you don't like black cats? That's some internalized racism. You don't like black cats? We can't be friends. You think black cats are a bad omen, bad luck? We can't be friends. You like the white cats, but you don't like the black cats? I'm judging you. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned a bit more about me. And yeah, we're starting over, so you know, hopefully you still want to date me, and hopefully you want to stick around. Something just fly past my camera, but don't pay that no mind. I talk to. But thank you for watching. If you made it this far, spam black cats. That's what the people on YouTube say. But until my next video, and I promise you our next video is coming soon, because as we said, we are starting over, so we have to be consistent. With starting over comes consistency. Bye bye. Why are you still here? Bye.
Nice for young adults like age, but you're still a lot to learn. The most.
If you choose raw veg over pasta with your box food, we can be friends. If you choose raw veg over pasta, we can be friends. And the fact that restaurants share raw veg instead of just coleslaw, because what's so hard to put like a sugar and like a mayonnaise on some vegetable? You're lazy. You're lazy. If I had a restaurant, I'd serve coleslaw with everything. Because what's there not to love about coleslaw? Fried chicken. Ooh, fried chicken with some grease. Oh my god. Person will come up with the butter pepper. Open up. When I sit alive, but I hope you have a great day wherever you are. What is pimento?